Welcome back to Front Row Cinema, a movie podcast for movie lovers by movie lovers. I am your host, TJ Trimboli, and with me, my co-host, I got the latest member of the Justice Gang in the house tonight. I got Mr. James O'Reilly.
We could do a little workshopping on the name.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it doesn't roll off as good as Justice League, but I guess it's all right.
Yeah, a league makes it sound cool. Like there's stats and awards and like a champion.
Yeah, gang, you're just kind of like just rolled off the Warriors set.
Right, you're giving people the wrong impression, I think, if you call it a gang.
Yeah. Well, what's a group of Green Lanterns? Do they call that a gaggle? What's
I
the
don't
gag?
know. I guess like when does a gang? Because like there's also like
When does the gang
I'm
become
just gonna
elite?
go out with the gang, you know? Like it's like when does the gang stop being fun and like cool, and when does it become like kind of dangerous and maybe not so great? Like where's that line?
And it does. I mean, gang kind of works, so it doesn't roll as good off the tongue when you're going out to be like, "Honey, I'm going out with the league tonight." Gang sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds like you're bowling.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like-
the 2025 conference champions, the Justice League,
yeah.
bowled a
They
perfect
probably get good at
300.
bowling.
That's the high score, right? 300.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's as good as you
Yeah,
can do in bowling.
we'll
Yeah.
go with that. But if you haven't guessed already, we're diving into the latest superhero film to drop in theaters, Superman, James Gunn's Superman, written and directed by himself and starring David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult. Now, I'm not running down a log line because it's a Superman movie. You know what you're in for. You can see Superman. He's going to do some sweet Superman stuff. Lex Luthor's going to try and stop him. We got it. We're in.
Yeah, there's no need to read a log line about
Yeah,
this movie.
you know it. You know it. It's Superman. You've heard of him. $225 million budget, Jim. Pretty good opening weekend that we're rocking here. We got 125 million opening weekend, 95 international for a worldwide total this opening weekend of $217 million.
That's pretty good. That's
Yeah,
pretty good
it's
for
not bad.
these days too.
Yeah, for these days, yeah, and off a $225 million budget, you have a little bit of legs, and we're rocking a party right here. 83% Rotten Tomatoes, and it hit it, Jim, our lovely A minus cinema score.
Nice.
Yeah. And I feel like this movie needed that win too, because you needed to bounce back in DC after the colossal train wreck that has been the DC EU. You needed something that didn't really need to light the world on fire with $1 billion gross, but you at least needed to get on base.
I mean, you say train wreck. I say a gaggle of movies I enjoy way more than most Marvel movies. That's where my
Oh,
head's at. Like
oh
I'll
no.
watch The Flash instead of Avengers Endgame
All right,
10 times
relax.
out
All
of 10.
right, relax,
10
relax here.
times out of 10. I think I have seen The Flash like 10 times, by the way.
We've
I
got a
just can't stop watching it.
we've got a
And I
secret
feel like
Snyder bro in here.
yeah.
Have you been a
Yeah.
sleeper agent this entire time?
No, no. So I'm not a Snyder bro at all. I'm not. Um, I genuinely think that that's like a fascinating phenomenon on the internet. I don't know exactly what that's all about, but I'm definitely not in that camp. I did not see either Rebel Moon movie, like for example. Um, but there's something about the DC movies where they hit this level of like that's so good it's bad that I'm like I kind of enjoy a lot of them. But yeah, I'm interested to see though. I do agree with you. Like, there's a lot of pressure on this movie, I think. I think that if this doesn't go well, or if it didn't go well, I should say, because it seems like it's going pretty well, then like a lot of stuff gets thrown into question. Like, how quickly do you press the reset button on James Gunn if you're Warner Brothers? You know, so it's definitely good to see that it did well because I'm kind of intrigued.
Especially since like all the stuff coming up after this, it's not like you're going to the well with your top dogs. Like it's not like Batman's coming out next or Wonder Woman. They're doing stuff like the Clayface movie or like Supergirl. So like you need Superman to hit because if Superman doesn't hit, there's no shot in hell your Supergirl movie or your Clayface movie or all the other like weird stuff you want to do before you get back to Batman and the top dogs hit at all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's the first one and it's Superman, so like you need it to hit regardless of what the next movie is. You know what I mean? Like,
If it
um,
does, I have not, not that this is really a big like indicator of quality. But I will say it has been a minute working at the theater that I have seen literally every single person that walks out of this movie with a smile on their face, like happy, like just like they're like they got like you could see that everyone that's gone to see this movie comes out feeling like they got their money's worth.
Yeah, my dad, the only person I know who saw it was my dad, and he said he loved it. Like he was like waxing poetic about it for a while, even though he didn't know Nicholas Holt's name. He was like, I was like, how is Nicholas Holt? He's like, who's that? I'm like, the guy who played Lex Luthor. And he's like, oh, he was amazing. And I'm like, I wonder what else is he from? And I'm like, I don't, Dad, do you remember the menu? He's like, you knew like exactly all the movies that he's in,
I just couldn't name
but he
the
just
names
never
of
connected that it's the same guy.
Hey, no, he is great, and I mean it is a testament to how good I think of a writer or just a filmmaker in general that James Gunn is. That you see so many people coming out together, smile on their faces, like just loving what they saw. Because if there's one thing this movie does really well, which I think is something that really is tied to Superman specifically, is that overall sense of like wonder and hope and scope and just like moral goodness. I feel like that emanates from specifically that character. And it's
Yeah,
something that he absolutely taps into in this movie because, like, even though I don't think this is a perfect movie, and I liked them, and I did really enjoy this movie. Like obviously I still have my criticisms of it and everything, but the movie is picture perfect at creating that warm, like sense of like goodness inside you, where you're just like, I'm just happy right now, man. You're like, man, this movie's just hitting. Like I'm just like enjoying myself. Like
yeah,
I watched all week. Like I didn't see this movie until the end of the weekend, so I watched all weekend at work. All everybody coming out like high fiving, like loving it. They're all like everyone's like all like shooting from the hip, happy. And like it just made me every time I saw a theater break, I was like it made me more and more excited to go see this movie because I was like I got to see what this is all about because like I've never seen it in a while. Like so many people coming out just like high, like just being like so like yeah, man, this was the shit. And watching it, you're like, yeah, I totally get it. I totally get why everyone's so happy right now. Like, it's just this is just a good time at the theater for the summer, man. Like,
yeah. And isn't that kind of what we all need these days, TJ?
yes,
Isn't that
it
kind
is.
of like what we're all starving for?
It is absolutely what we need right now. And I think what makes that even like work so much better and really well within the context, especially of this movie, is that like going into it, obviously in the trailers, you know Superman, he's gonna fight Lex Luthor, but you didn't really know much about what the plot was gonna be of the movie. It was sold on the premise that it's like, hey, it's James Gunn's Superman. So like that's gonna drive people in. But we really didn't know what the movie was about. Having now seen this movie, it is unreal that they let him make this movie in the sense that he
Yeah, wait,
basically
why?
so not really it like obviously corporations like they're gonna let you do it they're gonna like they gave James Gunn a wide berth to do whatever he wanted, but watching the movie it is very quickly obvious that his pitch for the movie was let's just take America in 2025 where it is right now with how like divisive and horrible it is, and then let's throw Superman into that and see if he can still instill hope in people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, what? That's the best thing this movie could be.
Yeah,
Like,
no, and it's so much better for doing it. It's awesome.
yeah, like the if you didn't make that movie, you're a coward. As
Exactly.
what as far as I'm concerned. Because like, regardless of however you feel about it, whatever side you're on, right? Superman, the character, couldn't do anything besides try and instill hope. You know what I mean? And it's like this place that feels very hopeless that we're all living in, by the way. You know what I mean? Like you, if you need this movie to have like a big audience in the US and you need it to be like relatable and understandable, like how else can you do it? You know what I mean?
And leave it up to James Gunn too to just like have a mind for like how the reaction to this would be because it was so funny about like maybe a week before this movie came out where he gave the interview where the movie is about like pro-immigration because obviously Superman is an alien, he's not from here, so a big
Yeah.
part of the movie is people turning on him at one point for being an immigrant.
Yeah,
And
because
it's so
that's my first question, by the way. I really want to know how woke this movie is.
it's
I heard Dean Cain
Yeah,
famously of that Superman TV show that I forget the name of in the 90s, said that it was woke. So what's the
like
verdict?
it should. I mean, like, yeah, but like, so is like every movie ever made. Like, I like the notion that like this movie is any more woke or anything just because like Superman is trying to do good and protect people that otherwise are marginalized is just like, oh yeah, what a horrible person. She's so woke. That must be so fucking horrible of a notion.
Yeah. Yeah, which like the funniest part about it to me is that like people ask Dean Cain as if I give a shit what he thinks about it.
Yeah, right?
Like you don't
Some
get
like
to just like
low
you're
rate
not
C star,
right.
like
You're no Christopher Reeves or Henry Cavill, Mr. Cain. You
yeah,
played Superman in a CW11 TV show. And it wasn't even the good
right?
CW11 TV show about Superman. Like you were on like the terrible one.
Yeah,
Like you don't get to say like anything about the Superman movie and have me care.
it was amazing in the lead up to see like all the Fox News coming out every day, like Superman is super woke garbage, like going off about it. And then
Yeah.
in the movie, when they start to turn on Superman, they have their own style Fox News like reporter
Like
saying
saying the exact
exact
same stuff,
shit.
right?
Yeah. And it's like, dude, you couldn't write it better. It's like you
Yeah.
people are fucking morons.
And
Like
the best part is, the people saying that on real TV, I can almost guarantee you did not see the movie. Like
of course they did.
I would promise you they didn't. So they have no idea how on the nose they are.
Like they don't realize how much of a fucking joke they are when they do fucking stuff like that. So it's so funny and it so perfectly encapsulates like the idea of like where we are in America right now, and then watching Superman like instill that hope back into the world just by like
Yeah.
trying to do good is like it's really good.
Right, and what you just described is why it has to be about now. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, because
Also
there's
like
no
that's
better
Superman.
way. Right, like there's no better way for your movie to hit home with people than they hear people lambasting it on the news for being too woke, and then they go see it, and your movie's like, those guys are so fucking stupid, right? Right? Like, like
Like get a
it's
load
like
of
it
those
plays
guys.
into pop culture so well, which can only make it more popular. You know, even if it's like even if it's getting negative attention, like it's also still drawing in more popularity, you know? Like, I don't know. I couldn't see you doing this movie any other way. And honestly, I'm struggling to think of somebody who's better to make it than James Gunn. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure, like, who else would you have make this movie?
I don't know. I couldn't think of somebody that could make it as colorful and whimsical as he has that sensibility to do because I feel like a lot of people these days tend to do the more realistic and not so much like dark approach, but just like a more like grounded. Like you look at Marvel and they try to always with their superhero movies ground it in some science-based reality. And in this movie, James Gunn's just like, fuck it, dude. Like I got a dude who's just like metaphysically doing shit. Like Superman's like rolling around doing crazy shit. Like this world's just wild.
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
why does it
exactly.
need to be like you're not hard sci-fi? You shouldn't pretend to be. And I mean, I guess you can pretend to be and have it be interesting, but like, I don't know. I think it's like the perfect way to do it, honestly.
No,
Or at
I
least again, it's like a breath of fresh air in a space that's been dominated by those Marvel movies for so long. You know what I mean?
exactly. And I tend to like tune into this more because I am always of the notion that I prefer my movies to like live in almost like a not real reality.
Right.
Like the Marvel movies trying to like reality scientific based explain all the stuff that happens in their universe. It's just like why like I don't need it to like make sense to my world. Like you just need to make sense to the world you've created that you're showing me. I don't care how weird or absurd the premise is. Like if it works within the
Yeah.
context of the movie, I'm along for the ride. And that's what he does in this. He just throws you right into the action. There's no Superman origin story. There's really no origin story to like anybody. Like we just come into a metropolis that exists in this world where there are superheroes and crazy shit happening in day-to-day action and you're just along for the ride. It's like, yeah, I get it. Like I've seen superhero movies before. I understand the party. Like right into the action. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see because, like, again, I think this one was important, and I think that, like, the biggest reason Superman was important is because like if you're gonna build this like whole cinematic thing with him as like a central character, if not the central character, like you need him to be like interesting. You know what I mean? Like you need him to be like somebody that we're rooting for in a big way. And I mean, interesting is the most important thing. And like, I can't remember the last time I thought Superman was interesting. You know what I mean? Like in a movie. So like, I'm curious to see like if they pull that off, which it seems like they have. Like,
I think they
um,
do because especially like with Superman, it's a tough cookie to crack because he's like almost this like deity to the point that he's just like so impervious and so all powerful. So it's like, how do you humanize a character like?
right. It's
And in
so
Zack
easy.
Snyder's, he was like, I'm not even gonna worry about that because we want to look at him as like a literal god. So they play up like the deity side, but you lose the humanity aspect of it. And what they do so well in this movie is he really humanizes Superman to the point which makes sense because he was raised here in America. Another big staunchly pro-immigrant thing where it's just like just because he's an alien and from this thing, he everything in him is so rooted in humanity because he was raised here, he was brought up here. Like he's just as much a human as he is this literal god that came from another planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like James Gunn like knocked
It's
it
way
out.
more interesting. Exactly.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
way more interesting.
exactly. Another really funny thing that I think he does in this movie, and I don't know if it was subconsciously or if that was something that he wanted to do from the get-go, but this movie is very much about James Gunn exercising the demons of what he went through when he got canceled by like Disney for like a minute. It's like really funny how like the parallels within this movie chart exactly what happened to him at Disney when he got fired for like his mean tweets because there's a portion of this movie where
Interesting.
Lex Luthor steals basically a broken recording that Superman has of his parents. And in the recording, like the first half of the recording is all about like we love you, Superman. We brought you to this planet so that you can do good, so that you can be good. And then the rest of the recording is like broken up, so Superman never hears it. So Lex Luthor steals it and then fixes the rest of the recording and plays it for people. And the rest of the recording is basically the parents being like, yeah, you're a god. Like, you should rule over these people. So everyone turns on Superman because they're just like, well, now we can't trust him. He's here to like lord over us. So they
Yeah, yeah.
cancel and banish Superman. So he just gets like banished to like a dark, like pocket universe where like he's stuck there and he finds out that Lex Luthor has been farming outrage on the internet because he has a literal army of trolls that whose job is to just write mean things about Superman on the internet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pure gold.
See,
And then
wait.
he gets brought back and brought back to the fold from the power of friendship where the Justice Gang like band together to like save Superman and bring him back. And it's like,
Yeah.
dude, this is exactly what happened.
Yeah. I mean, but like, good for him, man. Like, and good for him for like flipping sides and really sticking it to him too.
Yeah, I love that he was just like, I'm gonna take this $200 million movie to air my grievances.
Yeah, but it's also like it makes it a better movie, right? Like, isn't there like layers to it then?
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
no, it's great. There's so much like stacked within it that adds like this like wonderful complexity to it, which makes it a
It's
lot
funny
of
that
fun.
James Gunn is Superman in this analogy, though.
He
It's
absolutely is Superman in this movie. Like it's very funny. But yeah, it's just a really fun, enjoyable movie. Like it's and like obviously to play devil's advocate, it's by no means perfect. There's still like a few things that's just more like there's a habit of big blockbuster filmmaking that doesn't always work for me, but it never takes me out of the movie or never like makes me turn on the movie at any point. It's usually maybe just one or two things where I'm just like, that's really not like something that digs so much for me. Mostly it's the shoehorning in of like a lot of side characters because obviously they're setting up a universe and we're gonna have so many people go off in so many different tangents and spin-offs. So
yeah,
it's like all of that being in there is kind of like you could cut out the entire Justice Gang out of this movie for me and like I don't really lose anything out of it. But that's more just a habit of like of me than it is like something against the movie. Like it never ruins or actively takes away from the movie at any point. Like it's a fun, enjoyable, perfect summer blockbuster that is absolutely the answer that DC needed. And it's another step in looking at how dumb Marvel was to like not give James Gunn the key to the kingdom and let him like spearhead Marvel going forward. Because like he's clearly got the mindset to handle this type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but it's also like this one is kind of his vision, I would imagine, or at least his take on like the whole like superhero thing in DC. So like I don't know, like when you say take the reins, like I guess when does he take the reins? You know what I mean? And how do you handle that like shift in tone, I guess. You know what I mean?
For Marvel,
Yeah, like how would that work?
I would imagine Kevin Feige would still stay on as like the main orchestrator, but maybe give James Gunn the reins in the regards to like polishing like whatever they're like in development for. Because like if you look at post Endgame, like the only really like stellar movie they've had is the one that he did, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that he did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I hear you. That does make sense. I guess the way I would put it is like this is something I remember reading about James Gunn saying, which is like, you know, the like Superman moves forward once we have a script. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like that was like first and foremost like the thing. And it feels like Marvel definitely falls into that trap. Or I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theaters since I think like Thor: Love and Thunder,
Not
which I
missing.
actually kind of liked, by the way. I've just never been like a big like Marvel like I gotta see every single one and I gotta know exactly how they're all connected. Like I've never really been into it, right?
To
Um,
exactly to piggyback off that point, they're making their new Avengers movie right now, and it got pushed back because they don't have a third act. It's like, how are you filming the movie already? You don't have a fucking third act.
right, but that's the thing. Like it felt like they fell into a rut for so long of like being like this is when the movie comes out like before they had an idea of when the movie could come out, you know what I mean? And then like it was all like a race to a deadline as opposed to trying to make a movie, which feels like not a great way to make movies to me, you know.
No, and
um
it's a shame that it's always the blockbuster filmmaking that follows like that. So they're always the ones that end up suffering.
yeah, yeah, I just wish like I don't know, I guess I wish they weren't like assets in the sense that like you know we can put out a Captain America movie every 2 years until it bleeds completely dry, and that's a good idea like
Yeah.
financially. I don't know, I wish like because I also when was the last time they made a Superman movie? Like it feels like part of this is like it's fresh and new, yes, but also like it's a new take on somebody we haven't seen in a little while. Like we've kind of, I don't know. It feels like the last time was probably like Justice League was the
Yeah.
last one he was in,
Yeah.
and that was a
Last
long
and the
time
last time he
ago.
was in theaters was the like butchered Justice League, not even like the fucking like Zack Snyder cut that he put out on like HBO Max.
Right. So I don't know. I think part of why this is going to succeed is because they're letting it breathe a little bit for one. But then two, because they were smart, like James Gunn was smart enough, like you were saying, and maybe this is why you're talking about the script polishy things. Um, he was smart enough to be like, yeah, well, like, there's no point in making this movie if we don't like make a good movie. So, like, why don't we just like focus on that first, and then we'll figure out when it comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I also like that he knew the take to move was to make it light and breezy and colorful, and like you can even at night you can still see everything that's happening. Like it
Well,
was
that
nice
was
to see that
obvious,
someone knows
though.
how to like light a movie.
That was obvious. Like all the critiques about the Zack Snyder DC movies are like that they're like dark and drab, and it's kind of awful. Like every single I feel like everybody kind of agreed on that by the end.
I
Well,
don't
maybe
know.
not
Don't
everybody.
go on the internet. Yeah,
The
the
Schneider
Snyder,
Bros believe what they believe, and they are entitled to those beliefs. But I
the
think a lot
Snyder
of
Bros will
people
come
had
for
that
you.
same criticism of the Snyder ones.
I would say that most everybody outside of the Snyder Bros would probably like agree with that take.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how you could disagree with it, I guess is how I would put it. Maybe I need to immerse myself in the Snyder Bros and
Yeah,
see
maybe
see how they really feel, see how they
we
act.
we do like a Black Klansman, like we'll go undercover in like the Snyder Bro cult, like and see what it's all
Does that
about.
mean Does that mean I have to watch the Rebel Moon movies though? Because I think that's a
Yep.
hard no for
Not
me.
Jim, not only do you have to watch the Rebel Moon movies, you got to watch the director's cuts after too.
Oh my God. Yeah,
You
dude, that's the funniest part about Zack Snyder, by the way. That is there really that much of a fucking appetite for Zack Snyder director's cuts? Like,
uh,
they've become like his staple now. Every movie he
yeah,
makes has like a 6 hour director's cut.
just like the ridiculousness of him being like, "I'm going to make this movie, we'll butcher it in the editing room, so that then 6 months after that we could bust out the director's cut." Like it's like what? Like
Yeah, but like we'll butcher it in the editing room because it probably wasn't that good to begin with, and then we'll make it sound like a feature when we release an unedited mess that's 4 hours long. like, like when there's
all the
got to be
Snyder
somewhere in
uh,
between.
and all the Snyder Bros will be like, "He is the Messiah."
Right, right. They're like they act like it's genius. It's like there's no way, dude. You can't be making 4 hour Justice League movies. Like there's
Like
no shot
absurd,
I'm ever gonna watch that.
dude. It took me like 6 viewings to watch like that whole thing in chunks because I was like, I can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I'm probably exaggerating. It's not really 4 hours, right? Well, how
Oh,
long
it
is that
is.
movie?
It's 4 hours.
Is it literally four
Yeah,
hours?
yeah. It's four
So
hours.
like
Yeah.
I ask you, have you ever seen a movie that was 4 hours long that you enjoyed?
Oh,
I can't think of any, right?
I can't. I can't think of one. No, that hit the 4 hour mark. No.
I mean, I guess like a mini series is kind of like what we're talking about here.
Yeah, but
That's
at
what
that
they
point,
should have.
those are broken up into episodes, though.
They should have did a Justice League mini series. That's what we're really talking about here.
Don't give.
That's like
Don't
that was
give.
obvious.
Don't give the Snyder Bros ideas. Release the miniseries cut.
Yeah. Is there like 3 more hours of footage lying around? We could do a season of a television show.
God, they would. They would.
Um,
They would eat that up.
yeah, no. So anyway, I think I'm gonna see this in theaters. I've kind of been thinking about it before we talked about it, and what you said about it kind of confirmed everything I had heard for me. So I think that's gonna be on the docket.
No, definitely, this is one to catch in theaters on a big screen because it's a lot of fun. Hopefully, a packed out crowd because a lot of fun with a big crowd. The movie plays well. Like people like lighten up during this movie, so it plays very well in theaters.
Yeah. And then I have one more question.
Okay.
What the hell's going on with Batman? Like I know the did Matt Reeves, did I read that he's not making the Batman 2 anymore? He's out?
Oh no, he's still in. I think they had just announced like a week or so ago that he finally got the script in. They were like, he's taking his time. Like, give like you guys relax. But
Okay,
he's
so that
still
was
doing,
like a bogus thing I read then.
yeah. But still, like, there that Batman's separate from everything else that's happening, like within
Right,
this.
it's like an Elseworlds movie.
Yeah. So
But
it's like
here's my question, is it really gonna stay separate though?
I don't know. That is the question because like
Because that first one was pretty popular. I didn't like it, but I feel like it did really well.
yeah, it did pretty well, and people seem to like Pattinson as Bat. I like Pattinson as Batman. He was solid.
I thought he was lame.
Ooh,
But it was
you
really just the movie that was lame. I don't know if it was Robin Pattinson. I really didn't enjoy that movie.
you don't like emo boy Pattinson?
No, it wasn't even emo boy Pattinson. Like kinda. He was like a very frilly looking detective, is I guess how I would put it. Like it was like I don't know, it was a little like off-putting, but like he wasn't the worst part. I just like I don't understand how they could put Paul Dano and Robert Pattinson in a movie and then I don't like it and I think it's boring. Like those guys are usually like really killing it.
Interesting. I have to watch it again. I watched it when it came out in theaters, and I liked it. But honestly, I don't remember much from it. This has been like 3 or 4 years now, and I haven't really thought about it since I saw it.
Yeah, right. Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like it was like very forgettable, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I remember liking it at the time, so I'd have to give that one a rewatch before I could say definitively. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to them conjoining it because that would be better than us having like two or three different Batmans just floating around in movie sphere while they're like that's gonna get way too confusing for people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Regular Joe Schmo is gonna be like, "What do you mean? There's two Batman? Like what?"
Right, right, exactly. Yeah. I don't know that we've conditioned people enough to the multiverses to do this. Like, I think that there's gotta be There's got to be some kind of crossover.
I just don't know how well it would mesh between like Superman's light and colorful palette with like the really dark and dreariness of Batman. Like I guess like the juxtaposition of it could play well against each other, and like there's
No, I
conflict in
mean
that. But
that
I
is
don't know.
a really fair point. Like tonally, it's so different.
Yeah.
I like and like not even just tonally, like, but the look of it, like the way Batman dresses, like that costume, the color palette, like literally everything about how it looks is very different. Yeah, so it's like, how do you fit Robert Pattinson in there? But then I guess like, who do you think plays Batman? I feel like I heard rumors, but I don't remember who they were saying.
No, I haven't heard any rumors or anything about who they would have do it for that one. You think they should bring George Clooney back, give him another shot at it.
I mean, they did hint at that in the movie, the epic movie, The Flash.
Yeah, he did show up at the end of The Flash.
I
So
mean,
there you go.
Clooney probably wouldn't be terrible. He feels like he looks a little old to me, but
Well, maybe you
that's easy
have
for me to
him.
say.
Well, if you're gonna bring it in, maybe with James Gunn, you're gonna have this like colorful, maybe like different kind of tone. Like maybe George Clooney is old Batman training new Batman.
Yeah, maybe. But who's new Batman? Like Batman Beyond?
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, dude. God damn it. And just like that, you pulled me back in.
Oh wait, no, actually, no. Hold on, Jim. The age-old question: should it be Chris Evans?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Chris Evans is Batman, but who does Chris Evans play if he's in the DC
He's
universe?
got to be in the DC universe because I mean, like we've already established that everything is better with Chris Evans. So like he's got to play somebody.
Yeah.
Who do we have him switch it up and have him play a villain in the DC universe?
Nah, I don't think so.
You're right. He's too charismatic.
Right, unless I mean, is there a really charismatic villain? I don't think there is. It's
I
impossible.
don't
All
know
right, hold on.
DC people.
Who's the guy? This is
Here he
no,
goes. He's got a good one in the belt.
he's not good for this guy though. I'm trying to think who's the guy like he's like immortal. Like he's like the guy that the immortal in Invincible show is like ripping off.
What? I have no idea who you're talking about.
There's like a DC villain. I can't remember his name. I've watched so many of those cartoons
Should he
like that are
play?
on HBO Max.
Should he play Bizarro Superman?
No, not Bizarro Superman. No way. Bizarro Superman's got to look like really wild.
Sure. And I
Let's
guess
see.
like just right, the guy who plays Superman should also just play Bizarro Superman, right? That would stand to reason that would work.
I guess I don't think Bizarro Superman really looked all that much like Superman.
All right, Jim.
He
I don't
just
know anything about the comics.
he was like I mean I could be wrong, and I don't know a lot about the comics either. So I'm like pulling this out of like deep pop culture memories. But I feel like the guy who played Bizarro Superman was like purple looking. He was like not like
He was purple?
I think so, yeah.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm pulling up a list of DC characters right now. We'll get to the bottom of all of this.
I don't really know many outside of like the main people. I couldn't tell you like I couldn't tell you the B tier for the DC universe. Like whoever like the B tier superheroes are, I couldn't tell you who they were.
Yeah. But dude, honestly, Timothy Chalamet playing like Batman's son would be nuts. I would
Yeah, that
totally sign up for that.
that would be pretty good. Like with George Clooney as the mentor, like in
Yeah.
Are you listening, Zaslav? Someone get gun on the phone.
Get it done.
Done. Get it gun. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, Damian Wayne. I would totally watch Timothy Chalamet play Damian Wayne. All right, here we go. I got it.
Okay, he's got the list.
Chris Evans has to play Green Arrow. It's the only answer.
Ooh, okay. All right, I could see that. He plays Green Arrow.
He'd be so perfect for it, dude.
Well, regardless of who he plays, we just know we got to get him on the screen.
Or like, what about Aquaman? Chris Evans as Aquaman?
Chris Evans as Aquaman would be pretty good.
Yeah, so like one of those types. I'm still trying to see that villain. I'm never
Somebody.
gonna find it.
We
My
just know
computer
he's
is
got to
so
play
slow.
somebody. That's the most important answer to be had.
This
James.
villain I was thinking of is not nearly as popular as I thought. I'm up to number 32 and I haven't seen him yet.
One of the most popular DC villains.
Yeah, I thought he was. Lois Lane's ahead of him, for Christ's
As a
sakes.
villain?
No, it's not villains, it's just like a list of DC characters.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you were looking at villains. I was like, damn, Lois, what'd you do? You broke
No,
Superman's heart.
I'm the worst at this. I don't remember who it was at all. I mean,
Oh,
could Chris
could have
Evans
been
play
that.
Batman? I don't think Chris Evans is good as Batman.
Um,
They should- All right, Chris Evans plays Harvey Bullock.
I couldn't tell you who that is.
That's the guy. It's like Jim Gordon's partner.
Oh my God.
He's like a cop.
Oh, Chris Evans is Jim Gordon. Give him a little mustache.
Yeah, maybe.
Might have something there.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there's much else to say
Yes,
for
I mean, yeah.
Superman.
As we got, yeah, no. Superman. It's a great movie. People, go out and check it if you haven't already. Snyder fans, give it a chance. You'll be all right. Hopefully, Jim will go catch it this weekend. And go out, form these own opinions for yourself. As always, join us next week when we do. Which would you rather hear from, Jim? The new classic that is the fifth iteration of the Smurfs, or the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Man, that's I'm really so stoked that that's my choices. Um, I guess I know what you did last summer because I
Oh
really
yeah,
don't want to see a Smurfs movie. Like
no,
desperately don't want to see another Smurfs movie.
I try to watch everything that comes out, and even I am like, I'm not wasting my time going to watch that. Like, absolutely not. So join us next week. We'll do I Know What You Did Last Summer, and as always, we'll see you at the movies.